Hello, students of Standard 10. Welcome back. In our previous class, we started with The Thief's Story by Ruskin Bond. Just a quick recap. We heard about two characters, Anil and Hari Singh. Anil, aged 25, who wrote for magazines and earned money at irregular intervals. Hari Singh, age 15, an experienced thief. Both met at a wrestling match. Hari Singh thought he found the right person when he saw Anil. His intention was to rob him. After a short conversation, Anil took Hari Singh home to cook for him. Hari Singh stayed with Anil for a month and realized he was the most trustworthy man he ever met. He came to rob but couldn't help himself to anything since Anil earned at irregular intervals. One day, Anil came home with a bundle of notes, and Hari Singh observed him carefully where he hid the money, so that later on he could get hold of the money. We had stopped till here, so now let's continue with the story. We will continue from page 10 in your text or refer to the slide. As I read, please pay attention. Anil was asleep. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell on the bed. I sat up on the floor, considering the situation. If I took the money, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. Slipping out of the blanket, I crept up to the bed. Anil was sleeping peacefully. His face was clear and unlined. Even I had more marks on my face, though mine were mostly scars. My hand slid under the mattress, searching for the notes. When I found them, I drew them out without a sound. Anil sighed in his sleep and turned on his side towards me. I was startled and quickly crawled out of the room. So here what happens? That night when Anil was asleep, Hari Singh was planning how to take the money. When Anil was fast asleep, Hari Singh slipped his hand under the mattress and took the money and crawled out of the room. Here we came across a new word, unlined. Unlined means showing no signs of worry or anxiety. This was seen on Anil's face. When I was on the road, I began to run. I had the notes at my waist, held there by the string of my pyjamas. I slowed down to a walk and counted the notes. 600 rupees in 50s. I could live like an oil-rich Arab for a week or two. When I reached the station, I did not stop at the ticket office. I had never bought a ticket in my life, but dashed straight to the platform. The Lucknow Express was just moving out. The train had to still pick up speed, and I should have been able to jump into one of the carriages. But I hesitated. For some reason I can't explain, and I lost the chance to get away. So Hari Singh took the money and ran out of the house. When he reached on the road, he ran slowly because now he wanted to count the money. He did not know how much money was under the mattress. And when he started counting them, he found there were 600 rupees in 50s. He thought to himself, now I'll live like a rich man for a week or two. And so he started moving towards the station. He sees the Lucknow Express moving out. Now he was an experienced thief, so he could enter into the moving train. But somehow he hesitated. He couldn't get into it. When the train had gone, I found myself standing alone on the deserted platform. I had no idea where to spend the night. I had no friends, believing that friends were more trouble than help. And I did not want to make anyone curious by staying at one of the small hotels near the station. The only person I knew really well was the man I had robbed. Leaving the station, I walked slowly through the bazaar. In my short career as a thief, I had made a study of men's faces when they had lost their goods. The greedy man showed fear. The rich man showed anger. The poor man showed acceptance. But I knew that Anil's face, when he discovered the theft, would show only a touch of sadness. Not for the loss of money, but for the loss of trust. So Hari Singh found himself standing alone on the platform because he did not enter into the Lucknow Express. He didn't know where to go. He did not want to go to any of his friends' place because Hari Singh believed that friends were more trouble than help. My dear students, do you also believe in the same? That friends bring in more trouble than help? I don't think so. You have the most trustworthy friends. So Anil kept thinking what to do. And every moment he thought of Anil, how he had robbed that man. And if Anil realized about the robbery, he would have been disheartened because I robbed him not of his money, but something more valuable, his trust. Students, you have a few questions on your slide and even on your text on page 10. You have to do them in your notebooks. We will now move on to page 11. I found myself in the Maidan and sat down on a bench. The night was chilly. It was early November, and a light drizzle added to my discomfort. Soon it was raining quite heavily. My shirt and pyjamas stuck to my skin, and a cold wind blew the rain across my face. I went to the bazaar and sat down in the shelter of the clock tower. The clock showed midnight. I felt for the notes. They were damp from the rain. Anil's money. In the morning, he would probably have given me 2 or 3 rupees to go to the cinema. But now I had it all. I couldn't cook his meals, run to the bazaar, or learn to write whole sentences anymore. I had forgotten about them in the excitement of the theft. Whole sentences I knew could one day bring me more than a few hundred rupees. It was a simple matter to steal, and sometimes just as simple to be caught. But to be really a big man, a clever and respected man, was something else. I should go back to Anil, I told myself, if only to learn to read and write. So Hari Singh reached the Maidan. It began to rain, and as he got wet, the notes in the pocket got wet too. And he kept thinking of Anil and all the work he used to do for him, and all that Anil promised to teach him. After a lot of pondering, Hari Singh decided that he should now go back to Anil. Go back for what? To learn, to read and write. That's what he told himself. I hurried back to the room feeling very nervous, for it is much easier to steal something than to return it undetected. I opened the door quietly, then stood in the doorway in clouded moonlight. Anil was still asleep. I crept to the head of the bed and my hand came up with the notes. I felt his breath on my hand. I remained still for a minute. Then my hand found the edge of the mattress and slipped under it with the notes. I awoke late next morning to find that Anil had already made the tea. He stretched out his hand towards me. There was a 50-rupee note between his fingers. My heart sank. I thought I had been discovered. I made some money yesterday, he explained. Now you'll be paid regularly. My spirits rose. But when I took the note, I saw it was still wet from the night's rain. Today we'll start writing sentences, he said. He knew, but neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. I smiled at Anil in my most appealing way, and the smile came by itself without any effort. So now Hari Singh returns back to the room feeling very nervous and was waiting for an opportunity to keep the money back under the mattress. When he did that, he felt the breath of Anil on his hand. He was quiet and waited for the right moment to slip the notes under the mattress. The next day, when Hari Singh woke up late, Anil already made tea for him. And along with the tea, he gave him a 50-rupee note. Seeing the note in his hands, Hari Singh got scared. His heart sank. Here the word heart sank means felt depressed. And he thought to himself that Anil had discovered about the robbery. But Anil, without saying a word, gave Hari Singh the 50-rupee note and told him that he would pay him regularly as he started earning some money. And he would also start teaching him to write sentences. They both smiled at each other. Anil knew what had happened, but he did not express it. I have a few questions now on your screen. And the meaning of some new words, which you may have probably heard it today for the first time. So you will do your question answers in your notebooks. So my dear students, what did we learn from today's story? In today's story, we learned that the benevolence or goodness of Anil transformed Hari Singh's life for good. So should we also do the same? Change someone's life for good? Ponder, think over it, and do your best. For your assignment, you will have to do the workshop on page 12. You will do questions 1, which is complete the web diagram. Students, this is very important because web comes for the exams. Second question, insert the appropriate word or phrase given below in the sentences that follow. You will do 3A, find from the text the collocation for the following. 3B, complete the compound words from the story. 3C, pick out from the story 3 or 4 examples of code mixing. Now, code mixing is nothing else but Indian words used in English. And finally, you will do workshop number 4. Read the story carefully and complete the table. So that's all for this chapter. Thank you.